Now the script that we built so far is really cool. It can list all of the clients on the same network as us with their IP address and the associated MAC address, and doing all of this using the ARP ping function from Scapy. We also learned that ARP ping achieved this by sending ARP requests asking who has each possible IP address from the start of the subnet, so from 0 to the end, which is 254. ARP ping sent these requests to the broadcast MAC address so that all clients on the same network will receive these requests. Now generally, clients will ignore the requests that they get unless the request is asking about their IP address. So in this case here, all the clients will ignore the request that they're getting except for this client right here. In this case, the client will respond with its MAC address, saying, I have this IP address, my MAC address is this. Now ARP ping will do this for all possible IPs like I said, so it'll start at 10.0.20, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 254. It'll register all the responses that it gets, it'll register the IPs that it gets back, and the MAC addresses that these IPs are responding with. This way, it'll be able to build up a list of all the IPs that responded with their associated MAC addresses, which will give us the list of all the clients that are connected to the same network. Now, because we know how this works, I'd like to build this manually. So I'd like to build a function that will work like ARP ping, and it'll allow us to list all the clients around us, because I think ARP ping right here is doing too much for us. This being a programming course, I think we can dive deeper and learn more about Python as we do this, and also learn more about networks and how packets and data is transferred through networks. So in order to achieve this, like we did before, when we have a big problem that we want to solve, it's better to break it down into smaller problems, solve the small problems first, and then combine all the small solutions to reach our big solution. So I came up with a very simple algorithm to achieve this. So our goal now in the next lectures is going to be to discover clients on the same network. So literally achieve what we have so far, but by building the function ourselves. Now, in order to come up with the steps to do this, I relied on what we learned so far. So the first step is going to be to create an ARP request directed to the broadcast MAC address, asking for an IP. So basically, it's just this step. We're going to need to create a packet that asks who has a specific IP. This is going to be an ARP request, and it needs to be directed to the broadcast MAC address so that all clients receive it. Then we need to be able to send this packet that we created and wait for the response, so that when a client responds with their MAC address, we'll be able to capture that response and analyze it. Finally, we'll need to be able to analyze the responses that we get from all the clients and then print the result on screen. So like we did before, we're going to forget about the big or the larger goal, which is discover all clients on the same network. And in the next lectures, we're going to tackle each of these problems one at a time, solve the small problems, and then at the end, we'll combine everything together. And combining it is just going to be trivial and simple, and we'll be able to achieve the bigger goal.